play the board game, or do you want to get off the board? The devil's children must control the narrative. To do this, they must lie and not acknowledge any truth from anyone who has the courage or intellect to speak the truth to counter the lie. Moreover, every word they speak which does not line up with the truth brings greater vulnerability to who they are and what they do. This is why the lie is constantly working. It does not stop. This is why we have 24/7 news, because the lie has to go and go and go and go and go. This is why we have 24/7 media, movies, music, because the lie cannot sleep. The truth can rest because it's truth. The truth is always going to be clean. It's always going to be right. The lie is dirty and filthy. It's grimy. It's got to keep going. Any truth contradicting their lies can jeopardize everything that they have worked for. Truth, therefore, is the greatest enemy of the enemy, and guarding against the truth becomes their greatest priority. It's really simple to those people who are starting to wake up. And now we have this nonsense about being woke. Another word from the synagogue of Satan to make the naive masses believe they are woke when you're still sleeping. You're still in Kansas. The hypocrisy of the modern churches, the media, big tech, academia, and Hollywood is unmatched. They speak, as I said, 24 hours a day, 365 days a year, and like I said, they do one thing nonstop, and they will never stop. They lie. They want the people to pick up those dice. Let me say a word about the real truth tellers and those who truly live for and follow the truth, and then I challenge you to listen to the final 5 minutes of this video, as I have some important words for you. The real truth tellers and true believers and what they stand for are the complete opposite. They are the antithesis of the illusionists and the board game players. They believe what they stand for. They stand on it. They are strong. They stand for the truth, and they have been set free by it. You see, their chains have been removed by the truth. Sometimes, some truth tellers who start out strong and honest can be watered down, and sometimes they can be scared down. Although they see evil, deception, and lies all around them, many of them dare not risk themselves by standing up. Some of them may stand up at first, but after getting severely chastened, shunned, or threatened with jail, fines, loss of jobs, or benefits, they learn to never stand up again. They're still playing the game. They may not roll the dice as much, but they did not leave the damn board game. The genuine truth tellers are the true believers who are staunch in faith and unwilling to compromise for anything. They remain faithful to God and their King Jesus Christ in the face of evil and all his minions. They will not compromise the truth for any damn person or any damn thing. These people are willing to die, fight, go it alone, live alone, or go to the middle of the woods and say, if need be, God, you're going to have to take care of me right here because I will not play the game. They will not compromise, nor will they be broken by the lie and the liars of this world. I want you to consider what you... Hello, good people. It's Rob Lee. We've not taken donations, sold fake coffee, vitamins, collagen, trinkets. We've not uttered lies to garner views. We've not made up stories about aliens, revolution, arrests, comebacks, takeovers, military takeovers, and countless other lies to keep the cattle, aka the people, mesmerized. We're reaching the pinnacle of the lie in this country. You know a country is ready to crumble when bankers, murderers, rapists, thieves, liars, cons, preachers, politicians, media moguls, teachers, and all purveyors of evil can no longer be incarcerated, corrected, or criticized for their lies and evil behavior. This is a very important video, and I urge those of you who have a spirit in you and who do truly desire to garner knowledge to watch this video to the very end, because there is an incredibly important message in it, and you will be wiser at the end of it than you are now at the beginning of it. The United States and Western culture has become a board game. People roll the dice, and where they land is where they reside for the day. Roll again and end up residing at another spot full of lies. Never once do the masses even consider who owns the board And who controls the game? And how in the hell do we get off the board? We're told we are in a climate change, and the world is facing global warming. The evil of this world lies and mock the naive people right to their damn faces. Most know that climate change is a lie, but they do not know what it means. The word global is the key to understand the agenda. Glow is another word for light. Baal, or Baal, the bull, is another word for the name of the devil, as in Baal, as one of the biblical names for the devil. So yes, we are in the middle of a global warming, as in glow equals light. Glow Baal equals Baal. It's the light of the devil, a false light of the devil, and it is warming up. Meaning, so what you have here is the light of the devil. His false light is heating up. Very few people, though, will drink the water to put out the global warming and every other problem. We'll talk about that at the very end. Americans have become a bunch of raving, mad, insane tabloid readers. The tabloids extend not only to the supermarket checkout line, but to all forms of media, whether it be YouTube, BitChute, Parler, it does not matter. It amazes me to see and hear of the Americans who are struggling and are stolen from daily, yet they sit and watch videos by the shills who work for the devils who steal from them. The people love to hear about the economy, more board game, rolling the dice with meaningless speculation. When you have very little, it is completely ignorant to give a damn what the stock market is doing. The nation and the people are in debt, and it is getting worse. How about we focus on what's important? When it goes, and it's going, it'll go. If you're being led to buy gold, silver, and precious metals, this is nonsense and foolishness. When it goes bad, it's going. Your precious metals won't do a damn thing for you. It's a lie, it's a con. It keeps you mesmerized in the moment and thinking about things that have no value to your life. It's a false value. This ignorance and willingness to live the lie has spread to the people like never before. There has never been a time in history when the masses have been more delusional and completely stupid and misled as the current time. The truth contradicts people's lives and their illusions. The word illusion is paramount to understanding the time that we are living in. Truth contradicts people's lives and their illusions so much to the point people don't want to hear the truth. They would rather deny the truth. Because once these people have an illusion, they do not want nothing from the outside, even something so, say, unimportant as the truth, to disrupt their illusion. An illusion is a deceptive appearance or impression. Since they are deceptive, illusions and illusionists always require lies. That's what an illusion and an illusionist is. It's a lie. Proverbs 18:21 says, "Death and life are in the power of the tongue, and they that love it shall eat the fruit thereof." Because all this comes down to what you see and what comes out of the enemy and the people's mouths. That's what it comes down to. Anyone who creates illusions by a trade is a liar. An illusionist either adds or subtracts in order to exchange or change what something is to make it appear something that it is not. He is a magician. That's what he is. He creates images and text that tell a lie, and thus he lies. In times past, it was not so easy to create the illusion of being honest. The illusionists of the old days had to work harder. The illusionists of right now, today, through technology, have it very easy. But the illusionists despise the truth because they know it would expose and destroy everything they do. You see, the illusionist and their greatest tool is the lie. So their greatest enemy is the truth. Before technology tantalized, money mesmerized, and broadcasting sanitized, the masses were hard to fool. Your great-great-granddaddy and great-great-great-grandma were hard folks to fool. You see, there were snake oil salesmen back in the day, but many of the snake oil salesmen knew there were certain towns and certain people you dare not venture into, because those people would run your ass back out of town, and sometimes you might not make it because they were not easy to fool, and they did not like it when someone tried to fool them. What comes from the mouth and the pen in those days was far more scrutinized than today. The bigger and more outrageous the lie today, the more the masses will watch and believe it. Even the vilest of people And the most evil beings today can appear honest if given the right skills and absolute control over their stage. They will hypnotize the crowd and the onlookers, but they must count on the naivete, the ignorance and blindness of the masses, or the illusion will not work. For the illusion to work, no matter what tools the illusionists have, they have to count on the naivete of the people. Proverbs 14:15 says, the simple believeth every word, but the prudent man looketh well to his going. Proverbs 19:5 says, a false witness shall not be unpunished, and he that speaketh lies shall not escape. It comes down to the truth and the lie. Do you want to play the board game, or do you want to get off the board? The devil's children must control the narrative. To do this, they must lie and not acknowledge any truth from anyone who has the courage or intellect to speak the truth to counter the lie. Moreover, every word they speak which does not line up with the truth brings greater vulnerability to who they are and what they do. This is why the lie is constantly working. It does not stop. This is why we have 24/7 news, because the lie has to go and go and go and go and go. This is why we have 24/7 media, movies, music, because the lie cannot sleep. The truth can rest because it's truth. The truth is always going to be clean. It's always going to be right. The lie is dirty and filthy. It's grimy. It's got to keep going. Any truth contradicting their lies can jeopardize everything that they have worked for. Truth, therefore, is the greatest enemy of the enemy, and guarding against the truth becomes their greatest priority. It's really simple to those people who are starting to wake up. And now we have this nonsense about being woke. Another word from the synagogue of Satan to make the naive masses believe they are woke when you're still sleeping. You're still in Kansas. The hypocrisy of the modern churches, the media, big tech, academia, and Hollywood is unmatched. They speak, as I said, 24 hours a day, 365 days a year, and like I said, they do one thing nonstop, and they will never stop. They lie. They want the people to pick up those dice, look at the colors on that board game, and roll them, and here you go. These evil beings keep the masses guessing and rolling the dice with misinformation, disinformation, and outright lies. 2 Timothy 3:7 says, ever learning and never able to come to the knowledge of the truth. Ever learning, always trying to learn something, and you don't learn a damn thing. That seems like most of Western culture, does it not? Your enemy is evil, cruel, and they are hideous monsters, and they walk among us. They are liars, murderers, hypocrites, idolaters, rapists, pedophiles, kidnappers, thieves, and extortionists. They project their hate and their evil behavior onto other people. This is as old as time. It is a way to confuse the masses and keep the people from ever seeing them for what they truly are. They are the darkness searching for more darkness. They are those that are born evil. They lie from the womb. Yes, they lie from the womb. Psalm 58:3 says, the wicked are estranged from the womb. They go astray as soon as they be born, speaking lies. God don't make no mistakes. What did God say about them? You are wicked from the womb. As soon as you be born, you start lying. You were born a liar. In this last hour, the actors and the actresses have come in great numbers and do their craft as well-trained and well-disguised agents of darkness. It is the problem, reaction, solution paradigm. Now, on our ministry on YouTube for the past 4 years, we've covered that subject many times. What it is the enemy will create the problem, the people will react, and the international demonic banking cartel that is always controlled by the synagogue of Satan will usher in the solution. Therefore, we get the problem, reaction, solution paradigm. The talking heads in the media, alternative media, social media, and the vast majority of the video makers in the so-called truth community are in place to offer you the solution that has already been determined years in advance by the same evil beings who created the crisis. Use your head, good people. Use your head and think about what's going on, and then ask yourself if you want to keep participating in the board game, or do you want to walk away and get off of the board game? The talking heads keep the people speculating over the solution as the hidden agenda is implemented in plain sight. And yet the godless of this world are too blind, delusional, and stupid to see this. It is the time of the great lie and the great liar. Many people say that we are in the information age. I've told people this is the misinformation age. Most of you hear the word lie and liar, but how many of you really stop and think about the implications of being a liar and a person who follows lies and liars? What do you think most of the trained monkeys on chute in the so-called truth community, their politics, what do you think they are there for besides to sell you coffee and collagen? They are there to keep a solution going because that's what their masters have told them. They are the lowest of the level agents. That's why they are there, to keep you mesmerized with a solution that the enemy has already given the solution. And you are going along even though you still believe that somehow you have a voice, that somehow by watching so-and-so's high impacts videos or one of these other people, Charlie Ward or Mel K or whoever these people are, you actually believe that by watching their videos, somehow that gives you a voice. You have no voice. There's only one way to fight back. Is not knowing the truth one of the keys to survival? Maybe one of the biggest. If we follow liars and believe those who are trying to harm and deceive us, how can we ever fully live? How do so many end up following the lie? They follow the lie because they cannot hear the truth. Some people are not called to be anything but what they are. Some people are born evil. I did a video 2 years ago on YouTube. It was 28 minutes. It's called Born Bad, Born Evil. Some folks are simply born bad. They're born evil. God said this. This is the way, this is reality. They are going to live their lives following the lies of this world. They will stay on the board game forever. In fact, many of them like it. They have become comfortable. And they do not want to be told to leave the board game. The dice is in their hand. They're broke. They're sweating. They need to roll the dice. Maybe they'll end up at Charlie Ward's channel. Maybe they'll end up at We Paranormal. Some of these bullshitters and liars that keep these poor, this guy QAnon, that keep these poor pathetic people believing, hoping, wishing, and none of it has any more substance than a wish. You cannot convert these people, nor can you make them come to the truth. You should avoid these people. Now you may say, Rob, that's cruel. No, that's biblical. Matthew 7:6, give not that which is holy unto the dogs, neither cast ye your pearls before swine, lest they turn and rend you. What does that mean? Do not give your pearl, which is truth, knowledge, what you have been given to understand. Do not give it to somebody else, because if they were called to understand it, they would already have it. It does not matter if it's your own mom, your dad, your spouse. It does not matter. It does not work like that. You cannot save anybody. Let me say a word about the real truth tellers and those who truly live for and follow the truth, and then I challenge you to listen to the final 5 minutes of this video as I have some important words for you. The real truth tellers and true believers and what they stand for are the complete opposite. They are the antithesis of the illusionists and the board game players. They believe what they stand for. They stand on it. They are strong. They stand for the truth, and they have been set free by it. You see, their chains have been removed by the truth. Sometimes, some truth tellers who start out strong and honest can be watered down, and sometimes they can be scared down. Although they see evil, deception, and lies all around them, many of them dare not risk themselves by standing up. Some of them may stand up at first, but after getting severely chastened, shunned, or threatened with jail, fines, loss of jobs or benefits, they learn to never stand up again. They're still playing the game. They may not roll the dice as much, but they did not leave the damn board game. The genuine truth tellers are the true believers who are staunch in faith and unwilling to compromise for anything. They remain faithful to God and their King Jesus Christ in the face of evil and all his minions. They will not compromise the truth for any damn person or any damn thing. These people are willing to die, fight, go it alone, live alone, or go to the middle of the woods and say, if need be, God, you're going to have to take care of me right here because I will not play the game. They will not compromise, nor will they be broken by the lie and the liars of this world. I want you to consider what you're about ready to read and think about how important the lie is. A lie and a liar is just as equal to all the other hideous and vicious crimes that are in this world. Consider the words of Jesus Christ in Revelation chapter 22. Now, the book of Revelation is the final testimony of Jesus. People think it's Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John. The final testimony of Jesus Christ is the book of Revelation. Think about what you're reading here from the words of Jesus Christ. Revelation chapter 22, 13, 14, 15, and then we'll close it out with a message and a few more verses, but something incredibly and powerful that I want you to understand. 13 says, I am Alpha and Omega, the beginning and the end, the first and the last. Blessed are they that do his commandments, that they may have the right to the tree of life and may enter in through the gates into the city. But then he says, those who cannot come in are this. For without are dogs and sorcerers, whoremongers, murderers, idolaters, and whosoever loveth and maketh a lie. And whosoever loveth and maketh a lie. So Jesus Christ, who is the King of Kings, and I don't care what the naysayers, the bullshitters, or what none of these people, the Hitlerites, the Nazis, I don't care what none of you people say. Black lives, none of you Jews, it does not matter to me. You could never break me on your best day. If it's 500 of you gathered outside of my house, I would tell you, look, you're going to have to go back and get more because you ain't got enough. You ain't got enough of you today, boy. Jesus Christ is putting loving and making a lie on the same level as murderers and idolaters, dogs and sorcerers. You know what a dog is in the Bible? It's immoral sexual practices. Let's go to Revelation chapter 21, verse 7 and 8. Again, the words of Jesus Christ. He that overcometh shall inherit all things, and I will be his God, and he shall be my son. But the fearful, and the unbelieving, and the abominable, murderers, whoremongers, sorcerers, idolaters, and all liars, shall have their part in the lake which burneth with fire and brimstone, which is the second death. Notice again, Jesus Christ puts liars right up there with the unbelieving, the fearful, murderers, whoremongers, all that. He puts the liars right there with them. This goes to show you the gravity of how important the liar and following the lie is, man. It's a big deal. What comes out of your mouth is a big deal. What you listen to is a big deal. The masses are being led to slaughter, and yet I tell you right now, God is allowing it. Why do the masses follow the demonic liars? The answer is not complex in the slightest. They follow the lie because they do not choose to live in the truth. They have become the godless masses. I'll tell you again, your great-great-great-grandma and daddy, most of them, 80%, lived in the truth. Now it's just the opposite. You see, it's been turned around. You can deny what I'm telling you. You can deny Jesus. You can type it. You can shout it. You can get mad. You can troll. You can scroll. You can do whatever you want. It makes no matter to me. You will be taken and you will be made to pay for your denial of Jesus the Christ. You don't like hearing it? Tough shit. The truth will not be changed because the masses get angry or uncomfortable when they hear the truth. None of us on our most creative day are going to BS the one true creator and his magnificent son, Jesus the Christ. In my short time on BitChute, I've seen many people mocking, laughing, and denying Jesus the Christ. It's a game to them. But here's what's ironic to me. They do this just as the media whores and devils of this world are mocking them and beating the hell out of them. They sit there broke, not a pot to piss in. Life is miserable. They understand that life is changing. Everything's going wrong, but they sit there laughing, mocking Jesus Christ, and Jesus Christ is laughing right back at them. You see, what comes out of your mouth is a big deal. Matthew chapter 12, verses 34 through 37, think about again what comes out of your mouth. The words of Jesus Christ, O generation of vipers. He's talking to the Jews here, but this is for everybody. How can ye, being evil, speak good things? For out of the abundance of the heart the mouth speaketh. A good man out of the good treasure of the heart bringeth forth good things. And an evil man out of the evil treasure bringeth forth evil things. 36 and 37, pay close attention, brethren. But I say unto you that every idle word that men shall speak, they shall give an account thereof in the day of judgment. 37. For by thy words thou shalt be justified, and by thy words thou shalt be condemned. Because Jesus Christ has done told us, if you're a liar, you ain't coming with me. In fact, you got something coming to you. Not good. If you make the lie, you got something coming to you. In fact, he tells us right here, everything that comes from your mouth, you're going to have to give an accounting thereof in the day of judgment. Read it, verse 36. We have to be careful what comes out of our mouth. The masses have created false gods from devils and mere men. I challenge the people to pray to your sacred cows like Trump, Hitler, and others. Let them save you in the time of need. Oh, that's right. They can't do nothing. In fact, both serve the same banking and Kabbalistic cartels that have waged war on you. One's dead and one is on his way to the grave. Funny how the masses mock Jesus. But like I said, they mock Jesus as the devil is breaking them, beating them, and taking everything from them. They're scared and desperate for help, yet they keep mocking Jesus Christ. Too blind to see what is right. Too blind to see what is wrong and to tell the truth from the lie. I can only shake my head. No, I do not try to convert them because I cannot do it. Yet in our ministry, we are reaching some folks. And this makes me smile because I know it is the Father's will. That if I do a video and 1,000 people watched or 2,000, I had one video that got about 20,000 views. If I reach a couple, the job's being done. John 14:6 says, Jesus saith unto them, I am the way, the truth, and the life. No man cometh unto the Father but by me. So Jesus says he's all those things, but what does he say? I am the truth personified. I don't say on this channel we can make something great that only God can do. Every good thing in this life comes from God, and don't you ever dare forget it. Ever. And don't you ever dare give credit. When anything good happens to you, don't you ever give credit to anybody else but God, because you are disrespecting him. James 1:17 says, every good gift and every perfect gift is from above, and cometh down from the Father of lights, with whom is no variableness, neither shadow of turning. Means God does not change. The Father is the Father. And yet the blind masses give credit to Trump, bankers, and others, and when the people sin, do wicked, and deny the Father and Jesus, the Father hides his face and lets the people feel the pain of not having him in their life. Consider this, Isaiah 59:2. But your iniquities have separated between you and your God, and your sins have hid his face from you, that he will not hear. God is saying, I don't hear you. I don't know you, man. Earlier in the video, I asked you, did any of you know how to quench the lie of global warming, which is the false light of the devil that is heating up? The answer is Jesus, for he calls himself the living water in Revelation, and he tells us to come and drink freely from his beautiful spring. In closing, Revelation 21:6, and he said unto me, it is done. I am Alpha and Omega, the beginning and the end. I will give unto him that is athirst of the fountain of the water of life freely. Come drink, people, drink. Now, let me show you about the enemy, the people that deny Jesus. Let me show you about their water, because they don't have any water. 2 Peter 2:17 said, these are wells without water, clouds that are carried with a tempest, to whom the mist of darkness is reserved forever. You see, the non-believer of Jesus are wells without water. They cannot grow and produce fruit. The book of Jude calls them twice dead and plucked up by the roots. Do you get it? I know some of you do. God's mercy is leaving this nation. It is getting about that time, good people. And if you are not right with God, it's time to get right with God as best you can. It's not difficult. We just spoke profoundly about lies and truth. Go talk with your Creator truthfully. Do it in the name of Jesus Christ. And when you get connected with them, you will stop living and believing the lie and the liars of this world. You will leave the board game. You will not participate any longer. I leave you with this. James 4:8 says, draw near to God and he will draw near to you. Do you really want it? What is your purpose in this life, man? What do you think that you're here for? I mean, what do you think it's really about? I mean, people can talk about this for thousands of years. They can write books, they make videos, they go out, they chant, they do this, they meditate. What are we here for? What are we here for? Man, let me give you just a couple sentences that explains it to you. Matthew chapter 22, the words of Jesus Christ. Then one of them, which was a lawyer, asked him a question, tempting him and saying, Master, which is the great commandment in the law? Jesus said unto him, Thou shalt love the Lord thy God with all thy heart and with all thy soul and with all thy mind. This is the first and greatest commandment. We are here to love and serve our Father. That is number one. And if you will do that, you will find out that all other things will fall into place. They will fall into place for you. Doors will open. Things will happen. If I can help any of you, please email me. The true teachers of the Holy Word and the truth tellers of this world do not tickle your ears. They prick your heart and they convict your spirit. They open the scriptures and they show you the truth. They are not in 501c3 churches, and very few are on the internet. They are not lovers of money, the media, politics, Hitler, Trump, or Babylon. And when you find one, your spirit will tell you the truth if your spirit is right with Jesus Christ. May the Father bless those who have been called to receive this message. So be it. Amen.